Alright, so I've been shopping. I've bought so many books, it's not even funny. This has been over the course of about a month. Let's just dive into it. So most of these books are secondhand thrifted books from a number of thrift shops in my local area. A couple of them are new, and I will just explain those when I come across them. Let's go. First up, The Boat Are at the End by Adam Silvera. This one, I honestly am anticipating. I've heard a lot about this book, and everyone I talk to has mixed feelings. They're not really sure what they feel about it, so I am anticipating reading this one. Next up we have If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. This is a plus size FMC, which I love reading books with plus size FMC. I just thought it looked really cute, so I picked it up. Next up we have The Love of My Afterlife, and the blurb is, a recently deceased woman meets the one in the afterlife waiting room, scoring a second chance at life and love, if she can find him on Earth before 10 days are up. So that looks fun, but honestly it was the colors on this that really drew me in. It's just really, really pretty, and we're gonna see how it is. Next up we have The Night We Lost Him by Laura Dave. I have The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. I haven't read that one. I believe this is in the same series, but either or, I am looking forward to reading this one. The Last Thing He Told Me I've heard a lot about, so we'll see how that goes. And then we have The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This is another one that a couple years ago was pretty big on Book Talk. I heard a lot about it, but I never actually read it, so it was in good condition at the thrift store. I always love to find that. Next up we have Finale by Becca Fitzpatrick. I am slowly collecting 2010s YAs that I sort of would have missed out on, that I probably otherwise would have read. This was the final one in that series that I didn't have. I found it for $2, which is always a good deal. This is along the same vein. It's Cinder. I don't know much about this, but I think it's like androids and maybe some type of retelling. And so this was a good condition copy, and it has like a bonus short story as well. And so I'll probably try to get to these eventually. I think I'm gonna do a 2010s YA that I missed out on video, and then I'll read all my books in that genre, because I have quite a few books in that genre. Then I have a thriller. This is Wrong Place, Right Time. I love thrillers. I just feel like you can't go wrong with a thriller. So anytime I see a thriller that looks interesting, I pick it up. This is How Do You Stop a Murder After It's Already Happened. Interesting. Then we have Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. This is a YA book. It looked really adorable. I haven't heard much about it, but I just think it's cute. These types of books are really good for palette cleansers, so I love having them on hand. This one looked really interesting. It's called The Subtweet, and it's about an indie musician who has her song covered by a really big artist, but then there's a subtweet that takes place that sort of displaces the friendship in a very public way. I thought that was really interesting, and I thought it was cool because there's a link in here. We can go and listen to the original songs as if they were the songs in the book, and I thought that was such a cool take. I love these little indie books. It's very quick little read. It's less than 300 pages, I think, and it just seemed really interesting. The Royal Holiday by Jasmine Guillory. I have quite a few Jasmine Guillory books already. I haven't read any of them, but I am looking forward to it. And honestly, cover just looked pretty. Sometimes it's as simple as that. I just love the cover of this. This is another one where the cover looked good, but also when I read the blurb, it really, really spoke to me. So this is called Rain at June and the One and Only Now. And it says, perfect Iranian girls are straight-A students, always play and grow up to marry respectable Iranian boys. But it's San Fernando Valley in 1996, and Raina June is far from perfect. She smokes weed and loves Tupac, and she has a secret. She likes girls. And it just looked really cute, and I'm really excited about this one. I think this is going to be an adorable read, but also deal with some issues. We love to see that. Let's keep it moving. This is an advanced reader's copy that I found at the thrift store. These are rare finds, and honestly, I'm not even sure if they're supposed to sell them, but what I found interesting about this is that it was a personalized and signed copy. I will cover up the name of the person who it was personalized for, but it's a signed copy, and it's called A Kingdom of Sun and Shadow by Daniel Hill. Now, I'm not a huge fantasy girly, but this is about twins who are princesses, and I don't know, it just kind of looked fun. Next up is called Happy and You Know It by Laura Hankin. This is about a struggling musician who takes a job working as a nanny for the upper class in New York City. And I don't really know much about the book, but I read another book by Laura Hankin called The Daydreams that I loved a couple years ago. And so I figured that this would probably be a good read too. I recently picked up Beautiful Secret by Christina Loren. These continue that series. And then this is another series by Christina Loren. I've never read anything by Christina Loren. I know they're a writing team and I hear good things. So this will be the chance to like sort of dive in and see what Christina Lauren is all about. This is one of the books that I bought new. Shoot Your Shot by Lexi LaFleur Brown. If you haven't been on TikTok, Lexi Brown is someone on TikTok who is married to a former hockey player, and she would read hockey romance books and then discuss things they got right and wrong as far as like wag life goes. And I thought she was so funny. I've been following for such a long time. And then she wrote a hockey romance book herself, and this is it. So I'm so excited that I finally got my hands on this. I can't wait to read this. This is very high on my TBR priority list because I just love Lexi and I can't wait to read her book. Another thriller, we have a Ruth Ware. I recently read The Woman in Cabin 10, and I'm still not really sure how I felt about it. I think I ended up giving it like 3.5 stars, and genuinely, like, I don't know if I loved it or hated it. So I kind of give Ruth Ware another chance, and we'll see how I feel about this one. The Spectacular by Zoe Whitehall. I recently read The Fake by Zoe, and it was so good. Main character in that is like a bad person, but I'm kind of rooting for her the whole time. And I just really like the writing style, and Zoe is Canadian. She's from Ontario, which is where I'm from. And so seeing this was exciting. I picked it up at the thrift store for a couple bucks. I can't wait to read it. Self-Care, I was really drawn to this cover. I just think it's adorable. And it is about two best friends who are starting up a wellness business and struggling to maintain their friendship and their business. And I just thought the book looked cute. Room Service by Maren Stifels. I read Escape Room by Maren Stifels and loved it. It was a very quick little YA read about like little horror story in an escape room. This is Room Service, so I think it's like a hotel room, little thriller. I am looking forward to reading it. If you've been here for longer than a minute, you know that I love LaSalle Stanbury. I have not read the Bloodlight Magic duology, but finding this while thrifting was so exciting, especially because it is a signed copy. And I am very excited to read this duology. I love LaSalle Stanbury. I think she's absolutely incredible. She's also Canadian, and she just writes really great stories about Black teens and their family dynamics in a way that really resonates with me. Since we're talking about LaSalle, this was one of my most exciting thrift finds in such a long time. I actually found this for $3, and it is Tender Beast, which was one of my favorite reads all of last year. I would say it's in my top 3 reads of 2024. This is such an incredible book. The way that it tackled generational trauma and the way that families can traumatize each other, it's beautiful. It's dark, it's eerie, it's spooky, it's scary. It's incredibly written. It's set in Toronto, and it's such a good book. It was such a big impact on me, and I'm so excited that I finally own the hardcover copy of it. I love memoirs. I love celebrity memoirs, and Julie Andrews is like a treasure. She's just a treasure. She's just timeless and classic and incredible, and I'm really, really excited to read this one. This is All's Well by Mona Awad. I love weird, dark stories. I've been really getting into them lately, and I know that Mona Awad is sort of weird girl storyteller. So I have been trying to find her books while thrifting for the longest time. I actually saw a few at the library the other day, debated picking them up. I didn't. And then like the day I found this at the thrift store. So I'm really excited about that, and I think this will be a good read. This is another Jasmine Guillory book. It's called While We Were Dating. I haven't read anything by her, but I do own quite a few books by her now, so I think it's about time for me to dive in. This is called Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. I don't know much about this book specifically, but I have heard quite a bit about Dolly Alderton, so I found this and I decided to pick it up, and we'll hopefully see what Dolly's all about. Then we have LA Weather by Maria Eskenaden. This is a Reese's book club pick. I'm not sure when this book was picked, but it just looked good and it was in great condition, so I picked it up. I also picked up Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. I love Elle Kennedy. I haven't actually read this book specifically, but I was really, really excited to find it. I know it's a little bit different than like her hockey romances, but I think it'll still be really good. And then, so the last book I have is The Charlie Method. This is actually a personalized and signed copy. I recently went to an Elle Kennedy meet and greet. I'll toss up some pictures. And she's wonderful. And it was really, really exciting. I got this signed, and I also got my copy of The Deal signed, which such a good experience and opportunity. I feel so blessed that I was able to attend that book event. And yeah. In the last month, I have bought 33 books. I only mentioned 32. 33 books is what I bought in the last month to add to my TBR, which is already at like 200 something. That was kind of crazy, but I had fun. Almost all of these books I got for like less than $5, and I don't regret a single bit of it. So that's my bookish haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was insane, and I'll see you in the next video.